Hey everybody, welcome to Massima Motivation. Today I'm going to talk to you about the 3 types of relationships that you really need to understand. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, my name is Chris from Massimo, and today I want to talk about the 3 types of relationships that you, and probably those around you, closest to you, need to understand as soon as possible. The first is relationship with self, the second is relationship with others, and the third is relationship with the world. So I'll put those up right there for you. Relationship with self and relationship with others are probably the 2 more familiar ones that you have. We'll start with relationship with other just because I feel like that's the number one that people naturally gravitate towards when they think about relationships. So this is essentially, how are my relationships with the people around me impacting me and everything that I do? But it also goes beyond that. When I say other or others, it doesn't have to mean people. It can actually mean money. It can mean your relationship with culture. It could be your relationship with the structure of education. If it's a relationship with an entity other than self, then it's a relationship with other. And understanding how those relationships impact your way of thinking, the way that you see the world, impacts how motivated or unmotivated you are, impacts if you're depressed or anxious. Understanding the role that those things closest to you play is really important in changing anything in your life. Now, those relationships are going to impact your relationship with self. So let's say I have a really bad toxic relationship with a girlfriend, and she treats me like garbage, and I don't know, she uses me for my money, whatever it is. If it has some type of toxicity to it, there's a chance that I'm going to internalize that as a problem with me. Or it's going to create some type of internal dialogue within myself that could damage my self-esteem. So that's a relationship with self. How are you viewing your value, your strengths, your weaknesses, and how much credit are you giving yourself? Is there shame for certain things that you've done in the past? You got to understand kind of how you live within your own skin. And that's going to impact the way you see the world. So the relationship with the world component is essentially, if I have a philosophy about how the world should work, like only rich people get ahead, and I myself am born into a poor family, then I have a relationship with the world where I don't exist in that group, so I can't be successful. You know, that's going to change the way that you interact with others, especially if those others are rich people. It's going to change the way you see yourself, maybe as unlucky or broken because you're not in that party. And all 3 of those types of relationships are going to consistently bleed into each other. So what I tell clients is usually focus on the relationship with others first, just because that's the one that tends to be the most natural. Figure out how the 5 closest people in your life, and I would write these down, the 5 closest people in your life are impacting you. Figure out how they're impacting your self-image, this internal dialogue you have about yourself, but also how are they impacting the way you see the world. For example, if I've had a strand of really, really bad relationships with women, then my relationship with the world may change to one that is unforgiven in the dating world. So now I don't even give women a chance to date them, right? It kind of manifests into this, well, this is just how women are, this is my experience with others, and so the whole world, all women must be blank. And that's just not true. Same for guys. You can't take a broad brushstroke and apply a few examples of your relationship with other people or an entity like money and say that it's everything. So start there, figure out how that's impacting you positively and negative, and then see how it's changing your relationship with self and how it's kind of creating these philosophies about the world. And then you can begin to challenge those as well. But these are the 3 relationships that I tell my clients you must be familiar with for career success, for interpersonal success, for peace, just like regular being good in your own skin, like just loving yourself. And I know a lot of people don't like that concept of loving yourself. They think it's a little bit hippie-ish and cheesy. I think loving yourself isn't literally just giving yourself a pat on the back for no reason. I think loving yourself is first really acknowledging the good and the bad facets of self, and then playing to them in the right way, putting yourself in positions to maximize those strengths and coming to grips with the weaknesses that you have. And that process will help with that relationship with self component. But they're all necessary. All 3 of those types of relationships are necessary for career success, marriage success, and basically any type of success that you want, because you can't get rid of people and you certainly can't get rid of yourself. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you take the time to actually write this out. I think it would be a helpful technique for you to try out. Maybe even try it with one of the others, one of the people in your relationship with other party. Sit down with them and do it with them. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. Please subscribe. As always, comment below what you think about it. And remember, mind, muscle, maximize.